Hey Sunday School junkies, welcome to the Sunday Snippet, your quick dose of encouragement, energy, and inspiration. 10 minutes or less, because we've got kids to teach, lives to change. So let's go! Hey Sunday School junkies, this week's snippet is based on something that our pastor has made kind of a principle around here for years and years and years. It's something that we revisit often, and it's that our ministry, our service, our calling, our position, our leadership doesn't end, doesn't get turned off. It's not a switch that flips on when the mic is live and off when you walk out the door. Whether you're up front teaching or you're just walking through the grocery store, your leadership is on. Your ministry is turned on. You're being watched. And the challenge is, because you are being watched, it's great to see the reaction of some of these kids when they see you in public, like you're a real person. And so the challenge is, let's give them something to stare at, something real, something worth following. Another thing, our pastor, he preached a message it was before he was pastor. It was years ago. But he preached a message, and in it, he really hit on 2 Corinthians 3:2. Ye are our epistles, written in our hearts, known and read of all men. There are 66 books of the Bible, and then there's you. There's me. We're a living letter that people read before they ever open the Word of God. Your actions may be the only truth, the only power, the only gospel that some kids or even adults will read this week. We are the 67th book of the Bible. So what are people reading when they look at you? Now, kids are watching when you least expect it. You may not see them, but they see you. They're watching how you worship in big church. They're watching how you talk in the hallway, how you cut up in the foyer, how you react and respond to the altar, how you pray with people, how you treat the person that frustrates you. In Philippians 3:17, I like what this says, and I like how the BSB version says it. Philippians 3:17, Paul says, "Join one another in following my example, and carefully observe," the second part is really what I want to bring out, "and carefully observe those who walk according to the pattern that we set for you." You are an example. You're setting a pattern for somebody else to follow when you're in leadership, when you're in a Sunday school class, when you're a teacher, when you're a helper, when you're running a bus route, when you're knocking doors. You're setting an example. And listen, we won't always lead with perfection, but we've got to lead with that consistency because we are the 67th book of the Bible. Ministry, service, volunteering in whatever capacity, ministry isn't just what happens when the object lesson is coming out or when your puppet pops up. You're not just serving in the Sunday school setting or in the route setting or in the kids' church setting. Your ministry is how you live. You are never off. You're and not in a performative way, not in a performance type of situation. It's not an act, but it's in a purposeful way. God doesn't need polished performers. He needs people who are real and faithful and keeping in mind that they are always leading. Like 1 Timothy 4:12, "Be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity," in everything, right? In everything, you're being an example. And you've got to think about this. A light doesn't pick when it gets turned on and when it just shines. If we want to be good examples consistently, we need to stay connected and have a daily walk with God. We got to stay filled so that we can shine at all times. The light can't go out in our tabernacle. That means prayer, worship, time in the Word, not just on Sunday, before Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Matthew 5:14-16. Ye are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before men that they see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. We've got to shine bright all the time. We're always on. And again, not in a performance way, but in a purposeful way. This week, remember, when we go into class, we got to make it the happiest place on earth. But before class, we got to do the prep work. When the kids aren't in the classroom, they're still watching. So let's give them something to stare at. Something that points to Jesus. Not a performance, but a pattern.